If you're overwhelmed, stuck in busy work and still not seeing real results, this video is for you. You'll learn several powerful ways to use AI in your business that actually save time, grow your income and cut out the guesswork without needing to be techie. Now by the end you'll have clarity, direction and know the tools that actually work. Now before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more content. Thank you very much. Let's get started. Let's get started with tip number 1, which is to use AI to get clear on what to sell without overthinking it. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people trying to find their passion and turn it into a business. But I recommend flipping that idea on its head. Now instead of asking what do I love, ask what do people already pay to get fixed. One of my students, Maya, thought she had to teach self-love, but when we had AI analyse the top selling digital products in the mental wellness space, she actually found that people were buying journal templates for emotional clarity. So she created one and made 32 sales in her first couple of weeks. Now if you're struggling to narrow down your offer, I suggest using AI to list 10 common problems that your target audience is currently facing, and then just ask it which of those you can solve using your personal experience. For example, you can literally feed ChatGPT a short bio of your background and it can match your strengths with real problems in the market. This exercise helped Jordan, another student of mine, pivot from generic productivity coaching to helping ADHD business owners streamline their digital systems. Here's something that people rarely talk about. Trying to be unique often kills clarity. You don't need to invent a new niche. You need to be understood. Now you can use AI to help you write a one-liner that describes your offer in plain English. Now when Emily, one of my clients, did this, she went from describing her business as a holistic, she went from that to I help burned out 9-to-5ers build their hustles that don't feel like a second job. So this was much more specific and her engagement and her conversions instantly went up. Now I would recommend feeding AI Amazon reviews, Reddit threads or even YouTube comments from your niche, then asking it to summarize what people are frustrated with. This gives you voice of customer gold. Now one student, Zane, used this method to find out that his audience didn't want financial literacy. They just wanted simple ways to stop living paycheck to paycheck. So that's a whole different message and it converted way better. Now if you have multiple ideas and can't decide, then just ask ChatGPT to simulate a mini focus group. You can give it your free offers and then ask it to roleplay different customer avatars responding to each one. This gave Sarah, one of my clients, the clarity to drop her Instagram audit service and then double down on her Canva content starter pack, which brought in $2,000 in her first month. Now a myth that holds a lot of people back is the idea that you must sell high ticket to actually be legit. But if your offer solves a real pain and delivers a fast win, lower ticket can scale faster. I helped a student, Marcus, use AI to repackage his $497 course into a $47 toolkit plus a few upsells, and he made more in just 3 weeks than the prior 3 months because people actually bought it. Now I suggest using tools like ChatGPT or Claude.ai to map out a full customer journey from awareness to the transformation. Now AI can show you what someone needs to believe, feel and do before they actually buy. This helps you to craft offers that meet people exactly where they are, instead of pitching too early and wondering why nothing's actually landing. Now I've put together some free training resources that will teach you how to create an online income stream with AI. Go to the link in the description to learn more. Now back to the video. Let's now move on to tip number 2, which is to use AI to automate the content that actually sells. Now most creators are overwhelmed because they're writing content from scratch every single day. I recommend giving AI your offer, your niche and your vibe, and then just asking it to create a 30-day content map that leads to your product. Now my client Tina used this to turn her scattered posts into a story arc that built trust and doubled her sales in just 4 weeks without burning out. People think that content has to be long and deep to be valuable, but short emotional stories sometimes convert much better. Now you can ask AI to rewrite your educational posts into first-person transformational stories. Now one student, Ray, used this strategy to rework a post about SEO into a story about how he went from invisible to booked out in just 3 months. That post brought in 7 DMs asking directly to hire him. Now you can feed AI your best performing post and then just ask it to turn that one piece into a Twitter thread or an X thread, an email, a YouTube script and an Instagram carousel. This helped my client Felicia 4 times her reach just by repurposing instead of constantly creating new stuff. I suggest that you don't create more, just squeeze out more of what's already working. Now if your content isn't converting very well, the problem isn't your algorithm, it's probably within your messaging. I recommend asking AI to be your ideal customer and give honest feedback on your captions. Now when David, one of my students, did this, he realised he was using too much industry jargon. With a few edits, his engagement nearly tripled. Now don't fall for the myth that posting daily is the only way to grow. Instead, focus on compounding content that keeps getting shared or searched. I help clients use AI to write blog posts and evergreen tweets that build long-term traffic and not just instant dopamine. Now I would always suggest feeding ChatGPT a few real customer objections and asking it to write content that pre-handles those first. For example, if people say, "I'm not techie," write a post showing how one of your clients who hated tech launched her business with just Canva and Google Documents. That's the kind of content that sells before you actually pitch. Now one of my students, Layla, used AI to generate weekly pain point prompts that spoke directly to her audience's stuck emotions. These weren't how-to posts, they were "I see you" posts, and those are what led to more sales. She went from 0 DMs to 5 consultations in just 1 week. Let's now move on to tip number 3, which is to use AI to save hours doing what you shouldn't be doing anyway. If you're still writing every email or responding to every DM manually, then let me be honest, you're burning time that you could be using to actually grow your business. I helped Ellie create AI-powered templates for all his common replies, support emails and DM questions. That one system saved him 7 hours a week and helped him onboard new customers very quickly. Now I suggest using AI to generate customer onboarding documents, welcome sequences, refund policies and F&Q documents. Now most people skip these because they're very boring, but when automated, they create a pro-level customer experience. Now Ria, one of my students, said customers were shocked at how legit her business really felt, and her refund rate dropped right down to 0. Now if your brain is overloaded with daily tasks, then use AI to build you a weekly action plan. I show clients how to give ChatGPT their current goals, their current offers and time availability, and it maps out the highest ROI actions to actually take. There's no more 42 tab syndrome, so just focus and results. I recommend creating AI workflows that handle lead qualification. For example, you can feed AI your ideal client profile and let it review form submissions or DM conversations. That way you're not wasting time on calls with people who aren't yet ready to buy. Now one of my clients, Ron, used AI to summarize his Zoom call transcripts into bullet point notes, action steps and client updates. This helped him scale his coaching business from 3 clients to 11 without even hiring an extra assistant. You can do the same with free tools like Otter.ai and ChatGPT. Now you don't need to manually schedule all your content. I suggest batching captions with AI, designing some visuals with templates and then just scheduling them in one go using tools like Metrical or Buffer. Now my student Tanya went from posting randomly to showing up 5 times a week without ever feeling like she was on all the time. I recommend feeding AI your customer reviews and then just asking it to write case studies or some testimonials. Now one student of mine, Maria, used this strategy to create a story style testimonials that she turned into some Instagram posts, some sales page proof and some email sequences. That built more trust than any ad she had ever run. Let's now move on to tip number 4, which is to use AI to make smarter business decisions, not just faster ones. Let me tell you what many people get wrong. They use AI to go faster, but they never stop to ask if they're going in the right direction. I recommend asking AI to analyze your business offers, your revenue streams, and time inputs. and suggest what to cut, double down on, or even to delegate. This gave my student Karen the clarity to cut 3 offers and go all in on one signature product, and he finally hit consistent income for the first time. Now, if you're unsure where the bottleneck really is, give AI your top 5 metrics from the last 60 days. This could be your views, your opt-ins, your conversion rates, or anything like that. Now, AI can spot patterns that you will probably miss. Olivia, one of my clients, discovered that her highest opt-in rate came from a blog post that she wrote 8 months ago. So she turned that into an ad and doubled her list in just 3 weeks. Now, you can feed AI your journey from free content to purchase, and then just ask it to show you where people actually drop off. Then you can ask the AI to suggest content or some offers that fill those gaps. This strategy helped Sam create a $19 low ticket offer that turned browsers into buyers, and he built a $4,000 a month revenue floor. Now, I recommend letting AI suggest free marketing campaigns based on your offer, your budget, and your timeline. Now, one student, Janice, used this to run a 7-day quick win challenge for her email list. She had 250 people join, 43 of them bought her $99 kit, and she didn't touch any ads. Now, if you've ever felt a bit stuck about the pricing, then let AI generate 3 different pricing models. One for low ticket and scalable, one for mid-tier with bonuses, and one for a premium offer with one-on-one access. I helped a client, Alex, build a choose your journey pricing page that let customers self-select. That reduced refunds and increased conversions by more than 20%. Now, ask AI to create a launch timeline for you based on how much content that you have, your current audience size, and your offer type. Now, my student Priya always felt behind during her launches. So once we plugged her details into a ChatGPT launch script, she hit every deadline and made her first $3,500 from a tiny email list. One of the biggest things you can do is ask AI to write end of the week business check-ins. You can simply just feed it your goals and then ask it to prompt you with 5 reflection questions. My client Danny started doing this every Friday, and within just 6 weeks, she said, "I finally feel like the CEO of my business, not just the worker." Let me now give you tip number 5, which is to use AI to create high impact content without burnout or overthinking. Creating content used to be the most exhausting part of running a business, but AI can take you from stressed and stuck to consistent and strategic without you needing to be a writer, a designer, or a marketer. This tip is especially for you if you're constantly asking, what do I even post this week? You can use AI to build a 30-day content calendar in just 60 minutes. You don't need to sit in front of a blank Google document every week. I recommend using ChatGPT or Notion AI to map out a full month of posts based on your offers, your audience's struggles and their pain points, and even your own story. Now, one of my students used this exact method to go from posting randomly to planning 4 weeks of strategic content in under 40 minutes. Now, you can turn long form content into dozens of bite-sized pieces. If you've got a YouTube video, a podcast, or even just a blog post, you're sitting on a goldmine. You can feed that content into tools like Cast Magic or Opus Clip, and they'll generate quotes, captions, tweets, and short clips that feel human and not robotic. My client Andre turned a 12-minute YouTube video into 18 Instagram posts and 6 email snippets in just an hour. This was a total game changer. Now, you want to let AI help you sound more like you, but better. The biggest fear people have is sounding generic with AI, and I totally get it. But I suggest that you train ChatGPT on your tone, so you can drop in 2 or 3 of your best posts or your emails, and then just say to ChatGPT, write in this voice. It learns fast. One of my clients, Lauren, was blown away. She said, "It's like having a ghostwriter that actually really gets me." Now, you can use AI to stay more consistent when life gets very busy and messy. Let's be real, life happens. Burnout, kids, health stuff, and even emergencies. But when you've got a content engine built with AI, you've always got something to post, even when you're offline. This helped Jacob, one of my students, keep his engagement up during a tough 2-week period where he couldn't even work at all. Now, you can create custom content for different platforms without starting from scratch every time. Now, what works on LinkedIn may flop on TikTok. What pops on Instagram might bomb in your newsletter, so you can use tools like Jasper or Copy.ai to take one core idea and then rewrite it for each platform's vibe, language and algorithm. If you want more reach with less effort, this is how you play smart and not just hard. Now you can build content that sells, not just to get more likes, and it's very easy to get trapped in the likes loop and forget why you're posting in the first place. Now I would suggest using AI to build a mini sales funnels inside your content. So you can start with a problem, then offer a simple story, then guide the audience to your offer or your lead magnet. This shift helped Monica, one of my students, double her email signups without posting more often, just smarter. And you can also eliminate content overwhelm forever with a repeatable AI system. Now once you've built your system calendar, repurposing strategy, voice training, you can then rinse and repeat the process. The key here is you're no longer waking up asking, what do I have to post? You're running a machine that will work for you. This level of clarity and consistency has helped dozens of my clients show up more confidently without the burnout. Let me now give you tip number 6, which is to use AI to build automated systems that save you 10 plus hours a week. If you're feeling constantly behind, answering DMs, sending emails, managing leads, then you're not lazy. You're just doing too much manually. The real shift happens when you use AI to build smart automations that run 24/7 without you. Now this tip will help you stop doing $5 tasks that block your $500 ideas. You can automate lead qualifications with AI chatbots that actually convert. You can train tools like ManyChat or Tidio AI to handle initial conversations in your DMs or on your website. Instead of you chasing leads, they qualify themselves and only the serious ones get to your inbox. Now James, one of my students, used this strategy to cut 12 hours of back and forth messaging a week. He literally said, it's like having a calm, positive, polite version of me working full time. You can use AI to create and send personalized follow-ups automatically. Now most sales are lost because follow-up feels more awkward or you forgot entirely. I recommend using Close CRM and OpenAI or Zapier with Gmail to send thoughtful follow-ups written in your tone automatically. Now Fatima, one of my clients, increased her conversion rate by 34% just by sending AI personalized messages 2 days after the first call. Now you can build an AI powered onboarding flow that wows new clients. Your client experience really matters just as much as your sales. So you can use Notion AI and Loom and Zapier to build a welcome sequence that feels high touch but runs on autopilot. Now David, one of my students, built an AI guided Notion dashboard that walks clients through the first week. He hasn't had to repeat himself in several months. You can also create an AI assistant to answer FAQs and reduce support stress. You don't need to spend your evenings replying to "where's the link" or "how do I log in?" To help you free up your time, I recommend using Chatbase or Intercom Fin AI. You upload your content and it replies just like you would. Now Janelle, a coach in my program, used this to cut her inbox time by 70%, while her clients still felt really taken care of. You can also automate the scheduling without killing the personal touch. So instead of back and forth about the time zones and calls, you can let AI handle it more smoothly. You can use TidyCal and AI integrated reminders via Zapier that prep clients before the call and follow up after with summaries or different offers. Now Santiago, one of my students, started booking more discovery calls simply because his process finally felt more effortless and more professional. You can use AI to monitor your metrics and send you smart weekly reports. Data doesn't need to be scary or buried in 10 tabs of different spreadsheets. You can use Google Sheets and GPT via make.com or Zapier to generate a simple weekly report that shows what's growing, what's lagging, and what may need your attention. Now Naomi, one of my clients, said it's like having a data coach who tells me the truth but very nicely. And you can build a simple AI workflow that frees you up to be the CEO again. You don't need 20 different tools, you just need a clear workflow that actually runs. I help my students set up a 3-part system. AI handles the outreach, the follow-up and the delivery. Now once that runs, they stop working in the business and start actually growing it. Now Marcus, one of my students, was working nights and weekends before, and now He checks in 3 times a week and his income actually grew 40% in just 2 months. Wow, that's it for this one. 6 practical tips that you can start using right away. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating a sustainable online income, take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the comments and go through to my website, where you can find some free training resources to help you get started right away. These free step-by-step resources are designed to guide you through launching a successful online business and generating online income streams. So don't wait, take action today. Click the link below and start your journey right now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does energize and motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and have a wonderful day.